This class is going to be all about personal power. This class, I'm going to repeat it again. This class is going to be all about personal power. So this is a very important class that you need to take in consideration, that you really want to understand this and get it to the practice as many times as you can. This is part of something that you need to have a lot of practice and practice every day, because this today is going to make a big difference in everything, in the way that you are achieving and in the way that you are developing yourself. This is not just about manifesting things that you want or your desire is. This is about building yourself that character, that strength, that power that will get you anywhere you want, to the top of the mountain, if that's what you want. If that makes sense. Now, if you want to go to the top of the mountain, literally speaking, you can, and but also that would be an achievement. Don't you agree? Let's start. The class of today is a class that I call emotional participation. Emotional participation. And it's important, very important, to understand and identify every time that you have an emotional participation in things. Let me explain. For example, emotional participation will be something that you do as a reaction, as an emotional reaction. For example, somebody that you might think that is criticizing you, it might give you that feeling that the person is criticizing you. In fact, you don't know if the person is doing it, but you have a feeling and you start in your mind having an emotional participation. Is this making sense? Have you seen yourself thinking about that? See that? So what else could be an emotional participation? There probably thousands of different examples of this. For example, what is people thinking about me? What is the opinion of people about me? Am I good enough or not? Because emotional participation is not just about what others trigger on you, but also could be something that you trigger on yourself, which has to do with self-judgment, self-criticism, but not taking it in the correct way. That is emotional participation. So you're going to be participating in an emotional issue, wasting your time, wasting your life, wasting that precious time that you have left in this earth, because you cannot control that on yourself. So it is imperative for you to be a person of big manifestations, to become a master of manifesting by also mastering the art of self-control. We spoke in other classes about self-control, but today we're going to go deeper by understanding what is that emotional participation that you're having. For this, we're going to divide emotional participation in the polarity of good emotional participation and bad emotional participation. Let me give you now an example of a good emotional participation. For example, when you have a relationship, friendship, romantic, family, any relationship where you're not closing up yourself and you are emotionally participating for the harmony of that relationship. Is this making sense? In romantic, for example, some people, they close themselves up, and the other person might want you to be open up, to be more honest, or to know what is in your mind, or to know what is your opinion. And sometimes people think that you don't have emotions. Now, this is very often to see, especially with women that are more emotional than men. They try to open up the man, right? But there are cases where the man is open and the woman is closed because it's closed up because probably she doesn't want to be completely honest. Probably she's feeling guilt or she's feeling shame. But this type of emotional participation can be really good because you are showing the other person you are willing to participate emotionally, which makes you be emotionally available. Make sense? So do you hear that people that says, oh, not emotionally available? Normally means that that person don't give a crap about you, right? Am I correct? Is that how it's taken, right? The person is not emotionally available, probably sexually available, probably is a one stand available, one night stand available, but not emotionally available, which means I cannot speak with that person about my emotions and how I feel because probably it's not going to happen. It's not available. So emotional participation in the good way, the only way that is going to be good is when you're participating with somebody else, including with yourself, to know that that emotional participation is going to get you into harmony